Hello students, welcome to CBSE Science Series. In this video, we study about food pipe and stomach. Previous videos, we studied about buccal cavity. Buccal cavity contains 4 different kinds of teeth, salivary glands and a muscular organ called a tongue. We break down the food with the help of the teeth, and salivary glands secrete saliva, which contains enzyme amylase. Amylase enzyme breaks down the starch into glucose, that is simple substance. And saliva helps us to mix the food. With the help of the tongue, we swallow the food. What happens to the swallowed food and where the food goes from the mouth? That's what we are going to learn now. The swallowed food is passing down through the esophagus or the food pipe. The swallowed food is passing down through the esophagus or food pipe. The esophagus or food pipe is a tube-like structure. It's a tube-like structure. It runs along the neck and chest. It runs along the neck and chest and it connects mouth to the stomach. It's a tube-like structure. It connects mouth to the stomach. So whatever we inject into our mouth and we swallow, it reaches the stomach through the food pipe. And the food pipe, windpipe shares the common passage at the throat region. If you touch your throat while swallowing the food, you can feel the food passing down through the food pipe. So the food pipe and the food pipe and windpipe shares the common passage at the throat region. Means at the throat, the food entering of food and entering of air shares the common passage. What is windpipe? Windpipe carries air from the nostrils to our lungs. Windpipe carries air from our nostrils to our lungs when we breathe air. When we breathe air, air enters through our mouth also. So the air from the nostrils and from our mouth carried by the windpipe to our lungs. At the throat region, this windpipe and food pipe shares the common passage. Then how the food is entering into the food pipe and air is entering into the windpipe separately. This is done by the flap-like wall called epiglottis. This epiglottis closes the windpipe when we swallow the food and it allows the food through the food pipe. And it closes the food pipe when we breathe air and allows the air into the windpipe. This way, the food is passing through the food pipe and air is passing through the windpipe by the epiglottis. This is what about the food pipe and the windpipe at the throat region. And this is the reason we should not laugh or talk while swallowing the food. If we laugh or talk while swallowing the food, what happens? The food particle may jump into the windpipe. When you talk or laugh while eating, the windpipe remains open and the food particle may jump into the windpipe and it causes hiccups, choking sensation and continuous coughing. That continuous coughing repels the food particle from the windpipe. That's why the rice particles coming out through our nose and through the mouth when we talk or laugh while eating. So we should not talk or laugh while swallowing the food, because food pipe and the windpipe shares the common passage at the throat region. So when you talk while swallowing the food particle may enter into the windpipe and it causes hiccups, choking sensation and continuous coughing also. This is what about the food pipe and the windpipe at the throat region. How the food is passing down through the food pipe and reaches the stomach. How the food is pushed down through the food pipe. That is by the relaxation and contraction of the walls of the food pipe. Means when the food is passing down, the walls of the food pipe relaxes. After passing down, the walls of the food pipe contracts. That's why the food is not coming out after swallowing the food. Means after swallowing the food, the walls of the food pipe contracts, so the food cannot comes out. This is called peristalsis movement. Means the contraction, relaxation of walls of the food pipe is called peristalsis movement. It is like passing a ball through the elastic tube. If you pass a ball through the elastic tube, the tube relaxes and contracts. It's like a wave. This wave-like movement is called peristalsis movements. This peristalsis movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal, not only in the food pipe. It takes place throughout the alimentary canal, that is in the food pipe and in the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. This way the food is pushed down throughout the alimentary canal, that is by the peristalsis movement, the wave-like movement. The contraction relaxation of walls of the food pipe is called peristalsis movement. So by the peristalsis movement, the food is passing down and reaching the stomach. So the food reaches within a few minutes into the stomach. The stomach was first discovered by the American Army doctor William Beaumont. It's a thick-walled muscular bag. It is the widest part in the alimentary canal. It is very important question. Which is the widest part in the alimentary canal? That is stomach. Its shape is like a flattened U. Its shape is like a flattened U. It's a widest part in the alimentary canal. It's a thick-walled muscular bag. And there are secretions in the stomach. The walls of the stomach secretes digestive juices, mucus, and hydrochloric acid. What is the use of these secretions? Hydrochloric acid kills the germs and the bacteria, whatever entering into the stomach along with the food. And the mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the acid and from other enzymes. And the digestive juices and the pepsin breaks the protein into peptones. That is, the protein molecules are very complex molecules. So it must be converted into simple soluble substances. Then only our body liquids can absorb protein. Protein cannot be absorbed by our body liquids directly. It must be converted into simple soluble substances. So the protein is converted into peptones by the digestive juices in the stomach. And the food which is accepted by the stomach opens into the small intestine. The other end of the stomach opens into the small intestine. One end is receiving food from the esophagus. Other end is connected to the other end opens into the small intestine. So the food which is accepted by the stomach opens into the small intestine after the digestion process, and if the food is not accepted by the stomach, it is vomited out. That is done by the antiperistalsis movement. That is the contraction relaxation of the walls of the esophagus takes place in the opposite direction, that is upward direction. The contraction relaxation movement takes place in the opposite direction. That is called antiperistalsis movement. So the food which is not accepted by the stomach is vomited out by the antiperistalsis movement. If it is accepted by the stomach, it opens into the small intestine. And the food in the stomach is in the form of semi-solid. It is called chyme. Okay, the semi-solid food in the stomach is called chyme. And the food, swallowed food, which is passing down through the esophagus is called bolus. The ball of food which is passing down through the esophagus from the mouth is called bolus. This is what about the food pipe and stomach. Thank you.